Once upon a time, in a lush and sunlit forest, there lived a tiny ant named Ari. Ari's body was small, but her mind was sharp. She was wise and hard-working, and for many seasons she gathered food for the colony earlier than anyone else. But slowly, something changed inside Ari's heart. When she watched the peacock dancing with its brilliant feathers, she whispered, "Look at his beauty. Everyone admires him. Why does nobody admire me?" When she saw the butterfly drifting on the wind, she sighed, "If only I had wings. Why am I stuck on the ground?" Even the squirrel made her whisper with envy as it leapt from branch to branch. Little by little, Ari's days grew clouded. Once joyful, she now walked slowly. She left food behind, distracted. Her work fell behind, and the other ants asked, "Ari, why do you look so sad?" She only smiled weakly and would not speak. Then a terrible storm came. The sky turned dark. Wind tore through the trees. Rain beat the earth until the forest shivered. Branches cracked. A river rose and spilled its banks. The butterfly's wings were soaked and heavy. She could not lift them. The squirrel's tree split and fell, leaving her trembling on the ground. Even the peacock's proud feathers were drenched. He could not dance or preen. Deep underground, the ant colony was safe. Their tunnels and stores protected them from the storm's fury. When Ari crawled out after the rain, she saw the forest in ruins and the animals all in trouble. Something in Ari's heart broke, and then quietly it opened. "I wasted time envying others," she thought. "Now my friends need help. I must do something." Ari rushed back to the colony and called the ants. "We must help," she said. "We can save them if we work together." The ants, small but many, formed brave lines. They carried the butterfly on tiny backs to a dry leaf shelter. They piled soft moss for the shivering squirrel and made a warm bed. They carefully cleaned the water from the peacock's feathers until he could hold his head high again. The other animals watched in astonishment. "How could such small creatures have such big hearts?" whispered the peacock. The butterfly fluttered weakly and then smiled. "You could not fly, and you may not shine like my colors," she said to Ari. "But you saved us all. That makes you the greatest of us." The squirrel, wrapping her paws around a soft leaf, added, "Today I learned true strength is not in show, but in service." For the first time, Ari felt proud, not because she looked beautiful or could fly, but because she had used what she had to help others. The jealousy that once clouded her heart was gone. She understood at last that every creature has a purpose. The ant's steady work, her tiny strength, and her courage to act made a difference far bigger than any feather or wing. And so, Ari stopped comparing herself to others. She started to celebrate her gifts: a careful mind, steady legs, and an enormous heart. The forest remembered that day for a long time, how small footsteps became a rescue. From then on, Ari's name was spoken with love, and the animals learned to see each other's worth. If you learned something from Ari's story today, remember this: jealousy makes us blind to our own worth. Kindness reveals our true strength. Be brave, use what you have, and your small actions can change the world.